Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, peep game. All right, this is a response to a video Dante put out. Shout out to the homie Dante. He put out a video in regards to some comments made by John David Jackson in regards to Sergey Kovalev getting knocked out and, you know, him being a borderline racist. Well, John David Jackson said that, hey, Sergey Kovalev got what was coming to him because he's a borderline racist. Now, I'm going to get to John David Jackson in a minute, but I'm going to start with Sergey Kovalev. You know, as far as the borderline racist stuff go, it's no borderline, you know, with Sergey Kovalev. Sergey Kovalev is a racist. Okay? He's made racist innuendos towards Andre Ward and Adonis Stevenson, you know, and John Pascal called him a racist, and he sort of like called out John David Jackson for basically training Sergey Kovalev. I'll get to John David Jackson, you know, later, but I want to talk about Sergey Kovalev. Y'all already know what the man did. You know, he had a history of making, you know, snide remarks and racial innuendos towards, you know, black fighters. No matter how much you want to defend him and try to say, oh, well, he's not a racist. Look, man, I don't care how many gyms you go to and how many black trainers that you have. If you don't respect them, then, and say shit about other black people when you get trained by a black person, that still makes you a racist. Like, I know people gonna thumb down this video. I don't care. You know, the people that thumb down these videos are the same idiots that piggyback off our videos, that use our videos to make lousy videos so they can, like, basically keep their channel afloat. And you know who these clowns are. Real talk. I mean, a lot of people think that Sergey Kovalev is a racist. And due to the fact that HBO basically tried to sweep this under the rug, and this is why I don't respect, you know, those guys at HBO. I don't respect Max Kellerman. I don't respect Jim Lampley. I don't respect Roy Jones Jr. And Max Kellerman is a dude that's supposed to grew up around the brothers, you know, who used to rap. But he don't call Sergey Kovalev out on some of the comments he done made, but I know why. He want to keep his job at HBO. And that just goes to show you what type of moral stance HBO have. But then this is the same HBO that protects Eastern European fighters, you know, that's been proven to be racist, but then they can't stand an American black fighter in Floyd Mayweather. Go figure. And yes, I'm going to call HBO out on that, and they need to be called out, because somebody got to say this stuff. This isn't even about being a Floyd Mayweather fanboy, because I know people love to say that kind of stuff, but it's fact. It's fact. I don't care what nigga don't like Floyd Mayweather. I don't care what non-black don't like Floyd Mayweather. This is fact what I'm saying. They go out of their way to hate Floyd Mayweather, who made HBO a ton of money via pay-per-view, but they will protect and defend Sergey Kovalev and not force Triple G to take on better competition. But they want to make it look like, you know, Floyd Mayweather never fought on HBO or existed. But he made them hundreds of millions of dollars in pay-per-view sales. And when Jim Lampley has his 30-year anniversary on HBO, they don't show no footage of Floyd Mayweather. And that was very despicable, but yet they want to protect Sergey Kovalev, a dude that was proven to be a racist. The reason why a lot of people hate for me to talk about this kind of stuff, because it's true. Like I told you, I don't give a damn about your comfortability. How comfortable you feel about me talking about this type of shit. like I say before, if you don't like what I'm saying, don't listen to my damn video. Real talk. And it's a shame that people don't have the guts to call HBO out on this stuff. But I do. And I will continue to call HBO and Jim Lampley and Max Kellerman and their broadcasters. You know, Roy Jones on a blatant hypocrisy. You know, I just don't get it. They forced Andre Ward to go up to light heavyweight and fight Sergey Kovalev, which it backfired on HBO twice because they was hoping that Sergey Kovalev would beat Andre Ward just to keep him from Triple G. But they never forced Triple G to fight Andre Ward. But then they was trying to, you know, pick fights for other people. And we know what time it is. Okay? So, it's cool. But that's just how HBO get down. You know? But Sergey Kovalev, I thought Sergey Kovalev was a racist. You know? Real talk. You would see the tension between him and John David Jackson at times when they would be training for a fight. John David Jackson was his trainer, but he didn't respect the man. And if you don't respect the dude that's training you, well, what do you think is going to eventually happen to you? You're going to lose. You know? And I think John David Jackson is a solid trainer. You know? But you just heard about a lot of stuff that's been going on with Sergey Kovalev and John David Jackson behind the scenes. It got to the point where John David Jackson offered to help Andre Ward to basically jump ship when the rematch was coming. Because, you know, hey, now look what did happen since Sergey Kovalev has left John David Jackson. He was brutally knocked out in his last fight. Okay? When he was with John David Jackson, you know, real talk, he was considered arguably the best fighter on the planet until Andre Ward got a hold of him not once, but twice. And you can't take that away. You know? You can't take that away from Sergey Kovalev. At one time, he was arguably the best fighter on the planet. Until, like I said, he fought Andre Ward twice. But let me get to John David Jackson. I don't feel sorry for John David Jackson because John David Jackson put money before morals. Now John David Jackson is saying that Sergey Kovalev is a borderline racist, but you defended him to John Pascal when John Pascal outed him as being a racist. We remember some of those comments that, you know what I'm saying, that you made defending Sergey Kovalev. So now you finally admit what we all knew about Sergey Kovalev in the first place. Because that's pretty much what you're saying. And basically, John, you telling on yourself. So you making yourself look bad at the same time by outing Sergey Kovalev as a racist. So basically, you put money over principle. And that happens a lot. You know, that happens a lot. So to a certain degree, John, I don't respect you. I just got to keep it 100, man. I don't respect you for basically admitting to what we all knew, what was up with Sergey Kovalev. Why should we respect you? You could have walked away a few fights ago and said, you know what? I've been seeing and hearing certain things, and Sergey Kovalev actions leaves me no other choice but to just walk away. But no, you took Sergey Kovalev money, you cashed in checks, and you continued to work with him, and you knew he was this type of person. So I'm sorry, John. You get no props from me, man. I'm sorry. I can't do it, man. And as boxing fans, a lot of us shouldn't respect John David Jackson. I respect you as a trainer, but as a person, not really, man. Not really, bro. You know, I've interviewed John David Jackson. I interviewed him. I think it was for Andre Ward, Sergey Kovalev 1. But I have interviewed John David Jackson. Now, I didn't go in depth about, you know, Sergey Kovalev, you know, being, you know, what people suspected he was. But, you know, I asked him some simple questions because he looked like he was in a rush. But hopefully I have the opportunity to interview John David Jackson again, because I do want to talk to him about this particular subject. But this just goes to show you how a lot of people in sports get down. A lot of these people that cover sports, a lot of people just didn't want to talk about this situation. A lot of people. You know, I was very vocal about it. You know, Fred from Barbershop Conversation, Ticket TV, you know, Quest. We were all very vocal about Sergey Kovalev, you know, his history and what people thought about the man. But, you know, for what it's worth to John David Jackson, all right, man. Thank you for admitting what we knew already. I'm out.